Got really quiet fast. Good morning and welcome. The graduation program will begin in a few minutes. Please find your seats if you haven't already and silence all electronic devices. We now ask you that you please stand while the faculty and staff process to their seats, followed by the class of 2025. Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us today as we celebrate the many accomplishments of this seniors on stage with us today.
Friends and family, as we gather on this grand day, understanding that we come from different places, hold different values, and cherish different beliefs, yet today we are united in gratitude. In a world where many cannot study, we are thankful for the achievements, honors, and diplomas that we celebrate today. In a world when many have no future, we are thankful for the dreams, hopes, and plans that have been nourished here at Steward. In a world where many have no community, we are really thankful for the support of mentors, teachers, family, and friends. As we go on from this grand day on different paths to different experiences and different destinies, may our gratitude unite us in the desire of using all that we are and all that we have for common good, so that reason to be thankful will fill every life. Thank you. Would you please be seated?
Good morning. It is my great pleasure to welcome you to the Steward School's 49th commencement ceremony. We are gathered here to recognize the significant contributions and achievements of the class of 2025, who will shortly join the ranks of proud alumni. This year's graduating class will be entering many of the nation's top universities with merit scholarship offers of over $9.2 million. Congratulations. To the senior parents and families who are here, I'm sure you are reflecting on where the time went between junior kindergarten and this day. As they say about parenthood, the days are long, but the years are short. To the class of 2025, you are most certainly here today on your own merits, but also thanks to the assistance from family, friends, and faculty. As you celebrate your own achievements, I hope you are able to find time to reflect on and express gratitude to the village of people it took to get you to this point. So we say to all of you, not only welcome, but also thank you. Thanks to each and every one of you, today is a joyful celebration of the class of 2025, but it is also a celebration of the hard work, support, and effort of everyone here. I'd like to begin the ceremony by asking the president of the class of 2025, Luke Iben, to begin the presentations.
Good morning, everyone. As the senior class president, I have the honor to present the senior class gift today. Upper school students, senior class officers, and extremely hard-working class sponsors, Ms. Hudson and Mr. Hopp, have all contributed to the gift I am presenting today. We would also like to give a huge thank you to the senior class moms and division parent representatives. In their honor, pavers have been purchased on Waddell Terrace. It is now my privilege to present the class of 2025's gift to the school. Mr. Frank, we have purchased additional patio furniture for the upper school terrace. We have also made a contribution to the Senior Annual Giving Fund for new golf carts. We hope these gifts will get a lot of use and remind the upper school community of the class of 2025. Thank you.
Thank you, Luke, who, because of his brothers, almost never came to school on time, but he made it here on time today. Thank you so much for the gift. These gifts are very, very helpful to the school. Students in the back, you will sit on the patio furniture. You will never ride in the golf carts, just so you know. I am meant to introduce our next speaker, Julia Leonard. Please come forward.
Hi, my name is Julia Leonard. Most of you probably don't know me well. I just joined Steward this year. But after spending the last 3 years at 3 different high schools, I've learned a lot about change, how to embrace it, grow from it, and keep going even when things feel uncertain. As we all stand on the edge of something new, stepping into lives we're still figuring out, I wanted to share a poem that reminds us what it really means to live well. As you listen to the words of Patricia A. Fleming, take a second to pause and consider the mark you want to leave behind on this world, not just in what you do, but also in who you choose to be. To learn while still a child what life is meant to be. To know it goes beyond myself, it's so much more than me. To overcome the tragedies, to survive the hardest times, to face those moments filled with pain and still manage to be kind. To fight for those who can't themselves, to always share my light. With those who wander in the dark, to love with all my might. To still stand up with courage, though standing on my own. To still get up and face each day, even when I feel alone. To try to understand the ones that no one cares to know, and make them feel some value when the world has let them go. To be an anchor, strong and true, that person loyal to the end. To be a constant source of hope to my family and my friends. To live a life of decency, to share my heart and soul. To always say I'm sorry when I've harmed both friend and foe. To be proud of whom I've tried to be in this life I chose to live. To make the most of every day by giving all I have to give. To me, that's what this life should be. To me, that's what it's for. To take what God has given me and make it so much more. To live a life that matters, to be someone of great worth, to love and be loved in return, and make my mark on earth. Thank you.
Thank you, Julia. I now invite the audience and graduates to please stand and join us in singing the alma mater. The lyrics are printed on your program, and our Spartan Select Choir will lead us.
Steward School, our alma mater, ever faithful we will be. In our hearts and minds forever, we will always trust in thee. Holding high our Spartan banner, blue and gold our shield shines bright. When we're on the march to glory, we will triumph day and night. We'll remember times near ending, thoughts of you will always ring. Steward School through years forever, in strong praises we will sing.
Thank you. You may be seated. Now please enjoy a performance by our Spartan Select Choir featuring senior Julia Leonard as they sing I Set My Sail.
Within my heart, I do believe the deep blue sea will carry me. Yes, in my heart, I surely know that friendly winds will take me home. Some try to fly to the moon and Mars. They search the sky for distant stars. Some have to cross the burning sand to make it to the promised land. I set my sail and cross the ocean to where the waters touch the sky. I set my sail and cross the ocean and raise a dolphin by my side. Some sit and wait for what's to come. That's just the way they get things done. Some like to hide and put their feet on foreign soil they never see. I set my sail and cross the ocean to where the waters touch the sky. set my sail and cross the ocean and raise the dolphin by my side. Within my heart, I do believe the deep blue sea will carry me. Yes, in my heart, I surely know that friendly winds will take me home.
Some want to walk, some want to walk, some sit and wait, some sit and wait, some want to walk, some want to walk, some sit and wait, some sit and wait, some want to walk, some want to walk, some sit and wait, some sit and wait, some want to walk, some want to walk, some sit and wait, some sit and wait,
Some want to walk,
some want to walk,
some sit and wait,
some sit and wait,
some want to walk,
some want to walk,
some sit and wait,
some sit and wait,
some want to walk,
some want to walk,
some sit and wait,
some sit and wait,
some want to walk,
some want to walk,
some sit and wait,
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 some sit and wait.
I set my sail and cross the ocean to where the waters touch the sky. I set my sail and cross the ocean and raise the dolphin by my side. Within my heart, I do believe the deep blue sea will carry me. Yes, in my heart, I surely know that friendly winds will take me home.
Thank you for that beautiful selection. I would now like to invite our next speaker, Xavier Nelson, to the stage.
Good morning, families, esteemed guests, faculty and staff, those watching online, and most importantly, my fellow members of the class of 2025. My name is Xavier Christian Nelson, and I'm blessed to have been selected to stand before you all to speak on behalf of this outstanding group of individuals. 4 years, at least 3 intriguing classes taken, 2 heads of upper school who have empowered our one dream to feel destined to change the world. As I continue to reflect on these past few years, I am reminded of the gospel song sung by Jacqueline Carr, in which she states, "An olive has to go through 3 stages for its oil to run. It has to go through the shaking, the beating, and the pressing. And just like an olive, some of us may have felt like we've gone through the shaking, the beating, and the pressing. We've gone through all of that for our oil to flow. Now our greater is coming." Freshmen and sophomores, juniors and seniors, all years that have shaped our foundation. Some moments filled with elation, some with frustration, just to say that I've made it to graduation. But this moment is not just about me. So I asked some of my classmates for their thoughts about the memories made over the last 4 years, which have formed them into who they are going to be. We start with freshman year. For many of my classmates, they say it was a blur. But for one, a memory did indeed click. Spencer Wingfield reflected on Miss Householder's 6 feet long social distancing sticks that she used in the hallway to keep us from getting sick. But that's an unwanted blast from the past, so let's move on quick. Then came sophomore year. Reese and Kate claimed they vividly remembered the DC Zoo because, quote, the donkey started singing. While Kaya Dickerson loved the beloved community events in which they discussed different issues involving diversity. Junior year followed, a year of much stress, but not for people like Pedro who knew how to dress. He claimed being able to hit up the dance floor during junior year prom was his way to finesse. And lastly, senior year. Gavin Thomas and Kaylin Whiteside recall the competitive rivalries that were handled both on and off the court. Some grudges held for long, but some nice and short. On the other hand, though, a lifer like Sadie Goldberg says, this year has been filled with many full circle experiences, especially receiving our junior kindergarten and kindergarten buddies, knowing how we used to look up to the seniors when we were younger. All of these fun memories over the last 4 years have given us new perspectives and have prepared us to feel more destined to change the world. To our parents and guardians, we are all more than grateful for the opportunity to have such unity with some of these people that we can call family. Many of us have formed more than friendships, rather lifelong memberships to open arms of companionship. The love and support you provide does not go unnoticed. And I would be remiss not to acknowledge the diploma we are receiving is just as much yours as it is ours. For the numerous sacrifices you've made, support you have shown, and all the times you've asked why we may have gotten a certain quiz or test grade, making sure we get ourselves together real quick. We truly thank you. To our caring faculty and staff, regardless of what class you teach, and how hard it may have been for some of us to pass with flying colors, we thank you for everything. Even though Dr. Hardcastle, my AP Physics teacher, all I can say is, I tried my best on that exam. The sleepless nights of grading, the multitude of personalities, and the nuanced level of decision-making have been greatly appreciated. Now to the college counseling department, I, and hopefully many of my classmates, think you all deserve a special shout-out. Ms. Luke Mon, Ms. Calkins, Ms. Glancy, a.k.a. Fancy Pantsy, Ms. Glancy, as I like to say, and my rock, Ms. Jeter. Like Bobby Brown said, every little step I take, you will be there. And sure enough, you were. Because many of us students knew we wanted to go to college, but couldn't even put our finger on the keyboard to even muster up the energy to get our Common App started. The reluctant yet rewarding journey of college applications, acceptances, commitments has been made better just because of your enthusiasm to help us feel more destined to change the world. Class 2025, I appreciate each and every one of you through our ups and downs. Boy, have we had our ups and downs. Through thick and thin, I'm glad I met so many unique yet life-changing people who have shaped me and your classmates in some great ways. But most importantly, I'm glad to say the epidemic that has been sweeping through the senior class and stepping into the senior lounge is finally about to be over. What I describe to you as an extremely contagious disease that affects multiple students across the nation each and every year. This is something the school nurses can't even fix. Something Mr. Mundy couldn't even enforce rules to stop. And we definitely didn't have much control over it ourselves. Parents, many, if not all of us, were diagnosed with senioritis. Now, I'm no doctor or aspiring doctor, but I do believe in just a few moments, we will all be cured. So now I say this again, but with a slightly different meaning. 4 years, at least 3 entry classes taken, 2 heads of upper school who have helped us soon receive our 1 diploma. Though I've been chosen to deliver this speech, in my mind, this isn't just my story. This is our story, our journey. I hope that I've been a strong representation for all the 69 voices who are seated behind me, who are destined to change the world for what we want it to be. So lastly, class 2025, I leave you with this anecdote. If a bird lands on a branch, does the bird trust the branch, or does it trust its wings? We've all seen many birds land on branches, but we've never seen a branch break and a bird fall and die. Class 2025, I challenge you to trust your wings, because fear will keep you trapped in the accepted and miss the exceptional. So because of that, always remember, we are destined to change the world. Peace and love. My mom made it. We out.
I am glad I spoke last night and I'm not following that. I am now excited to recognize a few of our senior award winners. Catherine Hathaway, Lynn Lunsford, and Kate Strickland, will you please join me on the stage? This year, we have 12 seniors who have attended Steward since their junior kindergarten or kindergarten year that we call lifers. Today, we are grateful that some of their JK and kindergarten teachers can be here to present awards to them. Ms. Lunsford and Ms. Hathaway are still teaching here in the lower school, and Mrs. Strickland, although retired, is still part of our community. Seniors, when I call your name, please come forward to receive your award and then remain up front for a group photo. Jordan Elizabeth Diane Adkins. Lucas James Iben.
That's why I'm here to prevent this.
Justin Scott Fratkin. Parrish Delano Freeman IV. Sadie Charna Goldberg. Benjamin Thomas Jones, Jr. Isabella Marie Liesfeld. Lauren Elizabeth Meeker. Shreya Natrajan. Anne Darnley Orgain. Caden James Proctor. Kamaya Mathis Trepp.
All right, we're going to present the Dixon Award. The Dixon Award, our highest honor, is named for Steward's founder, Helen Dixon. In 1972, Ms. Dixon started Steward in the basement of a church. The first graduating class of 3 students received their diplomas in 1977. We're pleased that Mrs. Dixon's granddaughter, Beth Dixon Sterling, a member of the class of 2008, is here to help present the award. Beth, will you please join us up on stage? This year's Dixon Award recipient might be the kindest person on the planet. Let me take you back to this past October. This student excelled on the ACT, so they didn't need to take the SAT. However, instead of sleeping in on the morning of the SAT, as most students would probably take the opportunity to do, this individual showed up before the test to deliver donuts and other snacks for their test-taking colleagues. They genuinely felt compelled to encourage their peers with this act of kindness. Similarly, as co-captain of the varsity cross-country team, now you know who it is, this student cheers on not only their own teammates, but also runners on other schools' teams. Such vigorous kindness and overt demonstrations of care may cause others to question the authenticity of these acts, but let me assure you this student's benevolence is 100% genuine. Additionally, this year's recipient is an exceptional student. In addition to achieving the AP level in every subject, they've also earned the respect of their teachers. To quote a few of these educators, they describe this student as exceptionally diligent, truly engaged, highly curious, and eager to learn. Extending their learning beyond the classroom, they served as a lab assistant for the science department, completed the leadership program, and studied Mandarin Chinese as part of their efforts to connect with the Chinese American community in Richmond. They're also a pianist and a percussionist, and their performances in Steward's band and talent nights have graced our stage for many years. Despite these accomplishments, ego does not challenge this student's character. Instead, they are humble and deferential, always honoring their teachers with sincere gratitude. Next year, the students will be on grounds at UVA, beginning their college studies with an eye toward becoming a physician. Whatever future path they choose, their contributions will make the world a brighter and kinder world for us all. It is my privilege, therefore, to present this year's Helen Dixon Award to Nathan Hijwa Lewis Gu. Listen, if you need to get up and stretch, I won't be bothered. It's going to take a few minutes. For those of you who have not been to a graduation before, what I'm about to do is talk about each kid. I got a few words, but really I'm here to talk about each kid, so it's going to take a few minutes. Don't worry about it. It's good. All right. So, seniors, today you want to rush. You want to throw confetti. You want to go to parties. You want to find each other on the beach. That's for next week. Everyone else here, especially your parents, wants to slow down. They want to hit pause. If they could, they would roll back time. They would carry you in their arms. Hold your, oh God, I'm going to cry. They would carry you in their arms. They would hold your hand as you walk down the colonnade. They would kiss you goodbye as you get out of the car. So let's indulge them. Let's just slow down a little bit and look backward for a few moments before the future carries us off. So in my lunches with you guys this spring, we talked about how you were feeling in the transition. I want to thank you again for being so open and vulnerable with me. You said so many important things, more than any other group that I've done this with. You said so many important things, including Archie, who talked about feeling confused because there are so many people that he wants to thank, but he doesn't know how. And I'm sure that he's not alone. So let's remedy that together. At the Thanksgiving Assembly, Ms. Kopani, who's back there someplace, Ms. Kopani taught us about the JK Stardust. To celebrate, you look up, you wiggle your fingers, right? And that's a way of saying thank you to everybody. So let's all sprinkle some JK Stardust. Oh yeah, let's sprinkle some JK Stardust. So nice. Ms. Kopani, thank you for that one. Also, many years ago, I think maybe when you guys were freshmen, I'm not positive, but most of you guys were here. At Convocation, I talked with you all about the power of silently looking at someone and holding them in your heart and wishing them only good things. It's a way to spread happiness to them and to yourself. It actually works. It feels good to do that. Then we did the advanced version. We did that, sort of looked around, and we wished everybody something pleasant, right? And then we did the advanced version. We did the Star Wars version, where you look them in the eye. This is more difficult. Star Wars version, advanced. This is for experts, which all of you are. You look them in the eye, you wish for their happiness, and you give them a pew-pew, right? So look around now, all of you. Look around now. Find a friend, a family member, a teacher, someone for whom you are grateful, and give them a pew-pew. Pew-pew, pew-pew, pew-pew. Lots of good pew-pews out there. We're going to go back to Thanksgiving one more time. So also at Thanksgiving, I've never seen a standing O for a graduation speech before, so I'm going to call on X one more time. So at Thanksgiving, X, Xavier, talked about giving thanks as a reflection of this community. Thankfulness, he said, whether it is used daily or not, always has a place within each one of us, meaning it will never run thin. Rather, it will just always overflow into the lives of others. So let me take a few minutes now to thank each of you for what you have shared with us.
And it's a farewell. Guess I'll set a course and go.
The music's for me. I don't care about you guys. It's just for me. LJ, all the way in the back, starting at the back. There he is. LJ. LJ, not only, I got a toy box today. LJ, not only have you dressed the entire upper school, including me, this is for the family, this is his brand, not only have you dressed the entire upper school, including me, but your growth here has been nothing short of incredible. Nothing short of incredible. Where am I? Here I am. When you started, you were a little shy, maybe, a little unsure if you wanted to be here, if you wanted to be with all these people. But you stuck it out, you picked your head up, you put in the work, and now it's all paying off. And my favorite, a few months ago, I was told not to share this one, but I have to. A few months ago, you got sucker punched after a basketball game in the gym. You went to the hospital, they offered to stitch you up in the emergency room, but they told you that you wouldn't be able to play in the game the next day. You told them, no, I'll see you after the next game. LJ, you've got the want to in everything that you do. Ben Vaughn. Are you surprised that I'm calling on you? Ben, you made a difficult choice in coming to Steward starting your junior year, and I hope you feel, like I do, that it's been a great change. You've made friends across the school, you've got to make things happen on the court, and you've challenged yourself to push through things that used to shut you down. That you live an hour away means you've had to demonstrate more commitment to being here than almost anyone else. Ben, from the beginning, I noticed you're vertical, and the heights you'll reach are just getting started. Sarah. Sarah, you've lived or traveled on at least 4 different continents. There are only a few people in this room who can claim such breadth. It gives you an understanding and an empathy that is as felt as it is rational. It helps you to be observant, to withhold judgment until you have enough data to understand things more completely. And it teaches you to embrace change and newness. These are all traits that you have demonstrated in your time at Steward, and we're grateful to have shared this experience with you. Kaylin. Kaylin, you've been here almost all of your school career. You notice she didn't get a Lifer Award. She's very upset about that. You've been here almost your whole school career, taking only a brief break in 6th grade. I could not be happier that you returned. You are whip smart and a great leader on the team. You help the school in a million ways, and you feature us well when you tour prospective new students. One of the things I love best is your dry, occasionally sarcastic sense of humor. I think you called Mr. Hop mustard. I don't get it, but it's funny. And I can't count the number of times you've made me laugh or feel like I'm in on the joke. I'd love to give you a sticker, but I know how much you hate them, so I'll leave you with my thanks and my admiration. Spencer. Spence, it's strange to talk about this, but I think your allergies have gone from being an albatross around your social neck to being reflective of your defining strengths. When you're a kid, you'll do anything to be just like anyone else. No one wants to stand out. It's hard to be different. But this has turned into something that highlights your inner strengths: discipline, care, compassion, and in your case, fitness. Congratulations, Spencer, on all that you've achieved, not least being comfortable with yourself so that you can care so well for others, including me. Oren. Oren, a couple of images stand out when I think of you. First, the bulk of your little Oren pictures in the yearbook show you with something in your hands: a dog, a tree, a sledgehammer. Second, on Halloween this year, you dressed as a toadstool to match Bella's toad. I thought to myself, wait a second, I gotta reevaluate this kid. Oren, you are multidimensional, capable, and talented at many things. You are smart and gifted and giving and kind. In 4 years, you have become a true Spartan. Grayson, where's Grayson? I think I'm right behind. There he is. I mixed them all up. Grayson. Grayson, you probably don't remember this, but many years ago, you let me sit behind the soundboard with you in the theater. I'm a simple man, and actually, that was a dream come true for me. It shows, however, so much that is true about you: your kindness and generosity, your presence everywhere on campus for everything, your fearlessness in trying something new, and you doing all of it with a patient, selfless friendliness. The world needs more Grayson Burks. Anna Carpinelli. Carp, sometimes when I see you around campus, I wonder, good Lord, does your face hurt from smiling so much? Yeah. I know for sure you cannot be happy all the time. No one is, and you've definitely had your share of trials. Concussions, anyone? But I presume you bring your best self every day to everything because you know that it makes the community better. Community is at the center of this school, Anna, and you are the center of Steward. Bryn. Bryn, I think maybe you're one of those people whose mind is always engaged. If you're on the field, you're thinking about your opponent's positions and what your teammates need. In the classroom, you're thinking about the importance of the material and how it connects to other themes. At school, you're thinking about how to make things better. And at home, when the rest of us are collapsing into Netflix, you are focused on your book of the day. Book of the day of the day. Thank you for bringing all of that to Steward. All right, Shariar. Shaq, much easier to say. Shaq, I can't resist. I have to share a quote from your yearbook page. So Shaq begins his yearbook page with notes. He's got notes to my family. He's got notes to the class of 2025, and he's got notes to me. He wrote a note to himself. And you say to yourself, you say, you're the most handsome, the funniest, the most incredible person I know. I love you, my friend, even if no one else does. So what makes this funny is not least that it just might be true. It hides, though, your compassion, your brilliance, and your love of your family. It is obvious, Shaq, that in fact, we all love you. Yeah. Charles, that's what I like to call him. Charles, every time you take the stage, I can't wait. Every time you get out of the car with your siblings, my day is brighter because of the warmth and love that you guys share. Every time you take the mic at assembly, I get ready to laugh. You're the brilliant, creative, loving hype woman for Steward Theater, for the Film Fest, for the school, and for your family. Your time here has been like a night at the museum, and your departure feels like arsenic and old lace. 2 plays that she was in. She gets it. Vanessa. It's telling, Vanessa, that wherever you find yourself, you call it home. With your family at home, certainly. With your grandparents in Alta Vista is home too. You've called Steward your home, and your true second home is your dance school. This centeredness can only happen when you are loving and caring, and you feel deeply with and for others, and when you find the positive in all things. Thank you for helping to make Steward the home that it is for you and for others. Jay, you are seen as an intellect, a friend, an athlete, and hopefully one day as a doctor. There was a time when this future was in question. You sharing your story of battling Hodgkin's lymphoma was an inspiration to us all, and it remains so. In your senior speech, you summed it up by saying, support, whether from family, friends, or even strangers, has the power to transform I don't know what's wrong with me today. I apologize. Support, whether from family, friends, or even strangers, has the power to transform the hardest challenges into moments of hope and strength. Thank you, Jay, for the transformation you've given us. Lynna, you are so strong. You're physically strong, and you're off to swim on a D1 scholarship next year. You're academically strong, as we can see from your challenging course load and grades. And above all, you have a strong character. Friendly and funny, kind and determined, you will never shy away from saying what is important or asking a question that matters. Thank you for bringing your true self to school every day. Xavier. X. We got an example of this today. X. How many times have I had to introduce you to crowds of people before you speak? How many mothers have come to me in tears after hearing you speak, saying, I want my boy to be just like him when he grows up? That is a true story. How often have I sat in the bleachers at a game and listened to kids and adults yelling your name? How many times, without you in the room, have I extolled your virtues to anyone who would listen? Too many, X, too many. I'm done with it. It is time for you to move on and conquer another hill. Reese, you encountered enormous challenges during your time here. Managing an autoimmune disease I would not wish on anyone, most especially a young adult. Not a beat was missed, though, and your love of learning and social justice shone through always. Let me close with your own words, but I think they apply to us all. I am strong, and I have gone through difficult things, and will continue to do so. But those ups and downs are a sign I am alive and learning. That's brilliant. Andy, you are incredibly fun, hilarious, and creative. I've known you since you were a baby, and your character has been steady, whether times are tough or smooth. You bring that outward into the community. Scavenger hunts for the fun of it. Teaching the lacrosse team cheers and dancing on the sidelines. There's a very unfortunate video of me online. And helping to fill the upper school and the stage with your art. Thank you for being a part of our true Spartan family, and thanks most of all for being you. Ryan. Ryan, you joined us in 10th grade, moving down from Connecticut, where you had also moved around many times. Movement, change, and adaptation are now a fundamental part of who you are. It's challenging, but in your own quiet, unassuming way, you take this on with courage, and so you teach us all something. In your own words, as we continue to explore and learn about the world, it's crucial to remember that the journey itself is what actually makes life meaningful. Caden Proctor. Caden, baseball has always been a part of your life, has always been a part of your dreams, but you've always kept it in its right place. You take from it the larger lessons, the most important lessons: teamwork, leadership, resilience in the face of defeat, and humility in victory. And you have always kept your eye on the things that matters most in life: hard work, friends, and family. Thank you for your lifetime as a true Steward Spartan. Sienna. Sienna, woe to those who mistake your publicly quiet persona for the lack of something to say. They are wrong. Your public speaking is convincing and your writing is eloquent. You are academically brilliant, but more so, despite what we can agree is an unhealthy love for Taylor Swift, you have brilliant things to say about the world that we live in. You've spent your summers working on growth mindsets at HBCUs and your school years focusing on social issues. The world will be better for the directions in which you take it. Braden. Brad, you're a man in motion. Ever since you came here, whenever I see you, you're out and about. And not some small amount of that time is you under the hoop on the service road schooling kids. Now, you may be schooling middle schoolers, but it's okay. So your mind mirrors this. You're curious and creative, always looking for what's next. But everyone's mind needs to settle sometime. And like the late afternoons after school, way late in the afternoon, when you're sitting in your mom's car listening to music alone, you've settled on love and gratitude for her and all that she has offered you. Jacob Gallagher, where are you? There you are. Jacob, I'm sure your family is as proud of you as we are. Your faith guides much of what you do. Your penchant for using your hands defines your learning style and leads to work opportunities. And you volunteer abundantly in your community. As the son of an alumna of the school, you and your family continue to be exemplary Spartans. Thank you. Sadie, athlete, student, care, compassion, service. Sadie, you embody each of these to the nth degree. Though meticulous in your work, you are rambunctious in the way you carry yourself. Few have done as much service as you, and even fewer have had a leadership role in almost all of it. The joy and happiness you bring is evident in everything that you do, and the Steward School is far better for you having spent your career here. Kate. Kate, I've been so happy watching you grow into yourself over the past 4 years. You landed well here, but you've expanded your horizons in every aspect of life here. More challenging courses, an expanded friend group, pushing yourself athletically, and being a well-rounded, enthusiastic Spartan. Thanks for sharing this part of your journey with us. Nathan, other than all the stuff I already said about you, the number of superlatives I'd like to throw your way is too many, but let me run a few numbers to give the audience an even better sense of you. 170 hours as a junior working internships in the medical field. Over 180 hours as a senior interning in a cellular biology lab. You say cellular biology lab. Go ahead, you say it. 3 consecutive D2 cross-country wins. Never is the number of practices you have missed, and 1 exquisite mustache. Nathan, your manners, efforts, and attitude have been an inspiration to us all. Haley. Haley, we're so lucky you joined us your junior year. Your contributions on the court speak for themselves. Your quiet leadership and team commitment have been essential. Your willingness to take on increasing academic challenges is admirable, and your service to players and kids younger than you may, in fact, be your most outstanding quality. Though your time here was short, we hope your relationship with us will be long, just like your cousin. Yeah. Meg, there's only one thing at Steward that you have not demonstrated effort in, and that is walking across the street to get to school. She literally lives across the street. Outside of that, you've been a great student and an outstanding athlete leading the girls' cross-country team. And I love that you have adopted your father's abiding commitment to service. You have found many ways to make Richmond and Steward better. Thank you. Thatch, the young kids that you have had as a counselor are incredible. I'm not going to talk about baseball. I think I am, but I'm not. The young kids that you have had as a counselor are incredibly lucky. If I could roll back time and make my boys younger, I'd want them in your group. It's not just that you're passionate about the outdoors and nature, it's the way you handle yourself. In all things, in and out of class, you are serious, calm, and focused on doing the right thing. Morgan, where's Morgan? Somebody get me centered. Where's Morgan? She should be over there someplace. Morgan Smart, the other Morgan. There she is. There we go. All right, Morgan. After your senior speech, I told you I always think art is where we go when words fail us. Your art, consistently and across every medium, leaves me speechless. It is uniquely yours, always meaningful, forever leading the viewer to someplace just beyond their grasp, and always, in my opinion, optimistic, even when dealing with hard subjects such as mental health. You working through the world and sorting it out has helped each of us to do the same. Thank you. Annie, you both think and write beautifully, and you carry yourself with others with this same ethos. People say that you have to learn to walk before you can run. Who knew that surgery would require this of you? And in so doing, you found profound lessons about what life's challenges teach you about the beauty in each person and in life itself each day. You've allowed us to learn from you vicariously, and we're grateful. Gavin, you have only one quotation on your yearbook page, and it's from Gandhi on the value, the necessity of trials and tribulations. When you came to Steward, surely you did not see a season on the bench recovering from injury as part of your game plan, but you handled it beautifully. You have revealed to yourself as much as to any of us the high quality of your character through courage, patience, and strength. Gray, you are remarkably well-rounded. The academic work you've explored over the summers with Duke, Yale, Georgia Tech, and Ashworth College lies comfortably side by side with your work as a camp counselor here at Steward. We know that you play piano beautifully, but you also play guitar, trumpet, flute, and percussion. You talked to us about holding a job at Chick-fil-A, but you've also worked as an elf. That's right. Thank you, Gray, for sharing your serious self and your whimsy. Lucy, his sister, Lucy. So, Lucy, what does an all-arounder do on the volleyball court? That person must lead the team from the front and the back. And if the team does poorly, they must reset them. The all-arounder must lead practice, even when no one is in the mood. And when it's too difficult for everyone else, they know they must throw themselves. The all-arounder knows they must throw themselves to the floor and stab at it, knowing the odds are against them, and they'll take responsibility regardless of the outcome. Lucy, you are our all-arounder and our champion. Kamaya. Yep. It's been a long time, Maya. So, Maya, over the years, and I know you didn't do chorus your whole time, but bear with me. Maya, over the years, I've seen a lot of people try chorus. Over time, something magical happens. Their voices mature. They resonate more with each other and with the content. They become simultaneously deeper and lighter. You, friend, lifer of lifers, you were here literally when you were a baby, and everyone knew you. Everyone knew you right from the get-go. And now you're here graduating, making me feel really, really old, and you are lighter and deeper and more resonant than ever before. Ryan Tyndall, where are you? Right next door. Ryan. Okay, Ryan. There's so much to recommend you, not least the Bronze Congressional Medal Award you received for public service and personal development. But since I looked at it, I can't get one of your yearbook pictures out of my head. In that picture, you're a little boy, and you're backing up and squealing when a caged tiger puts his paws up at you. It's behind a wall, and he's like, ah! Look at the yearbook. You'll know what I'm talking about. So that you included, it shows that you don't take yourself too seriously, that you care about joy and laughter, and that you want to share that with everyone around you. And I have to mention that you gave me, maybe you, maybe your mom, not sure which, or your brother Aiden. Anyways, your family gave me one of the best gifts ever. Back to the toy box. So, to you, Ryan, I say, pew pew. It's a pew pew. It's a Star Wars pew pew, right? It's nice. It's nice. That's the last piece of clothing. Okay. Preston, where's Preston? There you are. All right, Preston, you may have started at Steward a little bit late in your high school career, but you've definitely finished strong. I know basketball is your love, and I love your outside shooting, but while you've been here, you've taken advantage of all your opportunities. That means you've done well with a challenging curriculum, become a valued friend to many, particularly one, and started a successful business. Thank you for joining our community. Caden D. Diatalevi. Caden, you have a rare combination of traits. You seem to live the life of Riley. Things go your way, man. It's good to be Caden. You seem to live the life of Riley, and you are a mature, perseverant, and dedicated. You're as likely to be out covering your truck in mud as you are to be at an elite baseball tournament, trading stocks, running your small business, or working on your Discord server with over 15,000 followers. That means that anything Caden posts get 20 times more views than anything I post. I'm not bitter. So, thank you for the many things that you have brought to Steward. Kaya, I love how you go about your days. You skip the drama and allow instead your smile to light the room. You lean into positivity, authentic kindness, care for others, including social justice, and you take care of business. Yeah? You're the school's best cheerleader, literally, and you're the glue in your family. We're looking forward to all that you will accomplish. Luke, I can't nail you down, and honestly, that's what I love most about you. Your academics are stellar, and your interests and passions are wide. You solo on trumpet, act on the main stage, and direct films. You also duke it out on the ice with your hockey team. You play golf, and you fracas with your brothers. And let's not forget your greatest achievement, working for Joey. That didn't work the way I thought it would work. I thought everybody would love that one. Yeah, okay. All of this, Luke, done at the highest possible standards and all done with joy. Amazing. Caroline, let me start with a quote from your yearbook page from Corinthians. Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud. It is not easily angered, it keeps no records of wrongs. Caroline, this perfectly describes you, that you seek to inspire and encourage others to live this way as part of you modeling it, and from this flows your patience, your academic determination, and your skills in helping others. Thank you for bringing such light to us. Justin, you and I will know what I'm talking about here, but Justin, you are absolutely a mensch, by which I mean you are humble and try to do the right thing, always on behalf of others, with no desire for attention or return favors. This is how you're built. I could have started with your deeply impressive academics, nationally recognized service work, or your determination on the tennis court, but it is this selflessness that I think most strongly defines who you are and leads to who you will become, a true leader. Parrish, I've always known you as a kind, funny, bright kid who I enjoy being around and talking to. I did a little digging, though, and now, if possible, I'm even more impressed. You are bilingual, a small business owner, a dedicated volunteer, and a person that anyone could turn to for life advice and how to persevere. You lead with ease, and you follow with determination. I've loved having you as a Spartan. Mark Michelle, where's Mark Michelle? There it is, okay. So Mark Michelle, everything you do is impressive. When you handle the ball, it's fluid, strong, and powerful. When you lean into school, it's deep, accurate, and insightful. When you lean into your family and your faith, it's with true commitment, understanding, and love. Due to injury, you've had athletic setbacks, but the way you've handled it has also been admirable. Thank you for the pride in what you value and the humility with which you share it. Braylon, you've been asking for months now what I was going to say. Here we go. Braylon, one word, wow! I cannot believe how much you have done in and out of school for the past 5 years. In addition to winning to state championship in tennis and several elected class offices, holding several jobs, acting in multiple main stage productions, and helping the school in umpteen ways, you have most impressively been an advocate for and against multiple bills in the Virginia Assembly. In fact, speaking in front of the entire body. Let me say it again, wow. Donnie, the first time I met you in front of Wilton Hall, we talked about coming here couldn't just be about ball, it had to be about leadership. I'm glad to report that that's who you are. You've been awarded the Global Seal of Biliteracy, designated as an AP scholar, and proved yourself a genuine math prodigy. Never plateauing because you would not want to. Also, I asked Devontae if you were any good at basketball, and he said, yeah, you're okay. So you got that. Helen, you're so kind and giving, assiduous and thoughtful about what you do and are involved in here at school. I'm not sure that folks know that one of the things that lights a fire under you is competition. How else to explain the years of competitive dance, multiple national appearances for cheer, and around 400 hours of service, including 300 hours with the National Charity League? When you're in, you're all in. Thank you for being all in on Steward. Matthew, every time I cross paths with you, I'm blown away. You spoke like a pro during your leadership presentation. When you got your EMT license, you were the youngest in the state. And by now, I expect that you have your private pilot's license. Between your EMT work and other volunteer activities, you have over 400 hours of service. You are, Matthew, legitimately cool. We couldn't be happier you came and chose Steward. Tiana, I know you remember a beautiful blue sky spring day a couple of years ago, because we've actually talked about it, when you were eating lunch in front of Wilton, looking for a little time alone. I came out also looking for a little time alone, and the two of us ended up talking together. That conversation taught me a lot about you. Mature, kind, giving, funny, and determined. In everything you do, I consistently see you being the same person. Thank you for growing up with us here at Steward. Morgan Shigley. Morgan, if there is one person at Steward who is at every event, if there is one Spartan who has had a hand in creating or running each of those events, it is you. You are not this deeply involved, I think, because you're looking to beef up your resume. You are this committed, energetic, and sincere because simply it is who you are. Going all the way back to middle school, it has always been this way, and we're grateful for everything that you've done for us. Devontae, who I know loves Wicked. Devontae, we can, not much, how you doing? Yeah. Devontae, we can all easily see your successes at school on the basketball court, in the classroom, and even in the senior lounge. I'm impressed even more so by some of your successes behind the scenes. Caring for your younger siblings, holding a steady job since 9th grade, and doing over 500 hours of service at Anna Julia Cooper School. You express gratitude all the time, but it's we who owe you the gratitude. Thank you. Henry, you're like the Spider-Man of Steward School. On the outside, you are a mannerly, serious academic, but on the inside, you are a superhero. You help with the robotics team. You do all manner of hands-on construction work all summer. You manage a farmer's market, and you read more than 30 books a year. Thank you for sharing your superpowers with us. Emerson, if football has to be won in 3 phases of the game, offense, defense, and special teams, high school also has to be won in 3 phases: academic, social, and intrapersonal. I think you win on all 3 counts. You made the heads list 7 times, I think. You've been forthright with yourself, navigating an adult maturity in an adolescent setting. That is very difficult. And the friendships you've developed have been real and true. Not everything's a competition, but if it is, you are winning. Ava. Ava, what are we going to do without your smile? Give it to me. There it is. What are we going to do without your smile? Transferring schools in the middle of high school is no easy feat, but you hit the ground running and you dominated on the court. Given how much time you spend on the court yourself and in helping other kids learn the game, it seems clear to me basketball will always be part of your life, as I hope the Steward School will be too. Ben. Ben, what a pleasure it has been watching you grow up at Steward. Throughout the years, we've seen you become a committed, helpful, kind, collaborative, and passionate. You're a quartermaster and an Eagle Scout, a passionate NCAA and NFL fan, and you've improved your academic skills every single year of your career. Your passions come through in all you do, and we couldn't be more proud that you're a Spartan. Jay. Jay, in the yearbook, you quote Vince Lombardi, who says, "Watch your actions, they become your habits. Watch your habits, they become your character." Jay, your character is loud. You are humble, but an excellent teammate. Quiet, but a loyal friend. Easygoing, but determined nonetheless. Queens lost out when you came to Richmond. Julia, I know you're in the corner over there. Julia, your senior speech was perfect, and I was overwhelmed. I couldn't speak afterwards. And now, after only 1 year, you were voted by your peers to speak at graduation. During your time here, in addition to contributing to school life and doing wonderfully in the classroom, and this I think is more important, you allowed yourself to be open. You were vulnerable, you were trusting, you were sincere and loving. So thank you, Julia, for growing so well with us. Bella. Bella, I reminded you of this a few months ago. One time, I think when you were in middle school, you walked past me on the colonnade and you gave me a Steward rock. This is my last toy of the day. I still have that Steward rock, and it was easy for me to find because I keep it on my dresser and I look at it every morning before coming to work. If you look around Steward, there are Steward rocks around campus. You might grab one. So, Bella, you gave me the Steward rock. To you, that was normal, and you forgot all about it. To me, that was extraordinary. It was creative, spirited, kind, and inclusive. I felt included by you. These are traits alongside resilience and compassion that I've witnessed from you over and over. Thank you for rocking Steward. Ada, where's Ada? There she is. Ada, it's like many teenagers have blinders on and they can't see themselves yet. I know you guys know that's true. I've watched you grow over the years. Not only have you learned to see yourself, but you are absolutely confident in yourself. It's an inspiration, I think, to a lot of people. I often say that at Steward, we love the kids so that they can learn to love themselves. Ada, you have helped us to see and love ourselves better. Thank you. Pedro, not going to cry. Pedro, you have shared so many funny things with us over the years, but allow me to say something serious. Truly, allow me to say something serious. Your humor is important. It brings joy, it brings positive expectation, it lifts us up. Your senior speech was funny, yes, but its point actually was very serious. The hard work and exceptional resilience of you, and especially your father, is a sign that the American dream is alive and well. Thank you for all of it, Pedro, even the jokes that did not work. Lauren. Meeker, you've been here since kindergarten, and each year you've gotten stronger, more focused, more willing to share your opinions. Those are strongly held in your values, and you have done more on behalf of the school every year. You contribute on both sides of the stage, on the volleyball court, with admissions, and in your classrooms. You've been the architect of your experience, and we can't wait to see what you build next. She's going to be an architect. Nels. Nels, you talked to us all about your love of stories, particularly books, but also shows and films. Your greatest stories are those you're currently writing. Your triumphs and leadership on the field. You building the tightest possible relationship with your father. The fun you find in BC Calc and physics, you're weird. And the selflessness of your years-long service to kids with special needs. You're on the hero's journey, Nels. Shreya. Shreya, you've been at Steward your whole school career, and I'm a huge fan of your entire family, including your twin sister, who I almost always tease. Your out-of-the-box thinking has been an incredible asset to you. You work harder and smarter. You see things through a different lens. You lead with empathy and enormous creativity. And as I witnessed firsthand, you can facilitate a room full of adults with confidence. Congratulations on such an exceptional ride. Howard. Howard, because we are sharing this private moment together, just you and me, because we're sharing this private moment together, I want to share a secret with you. I have always dreamt of having a welding kit here at school. You, on the other hand, not only have a welding kit, you taught yourself how to use it. You have two equally amazing attributes. You can do anything mechanical, and you'll reach out to help anyone in need at any time for any reason. Leadership and character are indelibly entwined in who you are. Hayes. Hayes, I love your family, and you exemplify everything that I respect about even your brother. And I respect everything about them. You also can do anything with your, am I in the right place? Yeah, you also can do anything with your hands. You excel in a sport, gymnastics, and just in the past 2 weeks, you made the Virginia Tech cheer team. You do things that most people can't imagine doing. You're academic, and you follow the North Star of doing what is right. That doesn't mean without mistakes, but it does mean with authentic intent and sincerity. I look forward to seeing where your unique passions take you. Hello, Jordan. Jordan, you're one of the busiest people out there and one of the most organized, so you color code your calendar. I'm proposing that your life may in fact need the same. A color for your joy, a color for your love of family, for your inspiring dance, for your zeal for entrepreneurship, and your care for academics, for children and adults with autism, and an especially vibrant color for the nonprofit you started, Ability in Motion. Thank you for making all our lives that much brighter. Archie, whose name is Brian. Archie, few students have ever inspired, this is real, few students have ever inspired such high expectations from me. To be clear, I'm not talking necessarily about academics, sports, service, and work, although each of those is 100% true for you. In your case, Arch, I'm really talking about aspects of leadership, care for others, having the courage and backbone to do the right thing, and the resilience to see beyond simple W's and L's to what is more important, team, growth, and character. Thank you for everything. Hi, Nat. Nat, all the way back in middle school, we had our first real conversation. It was a super serious topic, and you handled it like an adult. You're 13, and you walked in like an adult. You knew what you wanted to say, you knew its impact on you and on others, and you wanted to talk about what could be done moving forward into the future. I've respected you deeply ever since. You model civil discourse, kindness, and through some personal, hard experiences, you've modeled resilience. Thank you for all you've taught us. Ella, let's give the audience a little quiz. I'll face them so you don't have to be embarrassed. We're going to give the audience a little quiz. Friends, what do the following have in common? National gold medalist roller figure skater, yarn making, honor roll forever, museum-worthy garment making, jazz soloing violist, creative writing, and excellent taste in music. Yes, Ella is the thread that holds all these together. Ella, you are one of a kind, and ironically, I wish there were 1,000 of you at Steward. Mira. Mira, voice is the word that comes to mind when I think of you. Certainly, yes, your singing voice, grown so much over the years, but more so the voice you have to express your wisdom, your sense of right and wrong, your love for others, and your desire to change the world to help us find that place where we can be more creative, more ourselves, and more joyful. And boy, do I hope I got everyone, because that's all I got. All right, parents, I think we're getting to the point where I'm understanding why I'm crying a little bit today. But parents, 4 years ago, I watched my twins walk across the same dais when they graduated. It's still in my head. So it was only this past weekend that we went to Blacksburg to watch them both graduate with honors, which I can't believe, from college. In the weeks preceding, before graduation, I found myself unexpectedly conflicted, equal parts joy and worry, and on any given day I was at one extreme or the other. I've been searching for the root of those feelings. Why was I so conflicted? It should have just been joy. Why do I feel different ways? So one possibility came to me quickly. With each transition, from lower school all the way to upper, from upper school to college, I've been aware that our control, parents, that our control over their lives diminishes, and that we merely have influence. We must give them that growing agency over their lives, but we can't help but feel how unsafe that freedom feels to us. Each of us has lived long lives filled with so many mistakes of our own, right? Me longer than most of you guys. The second idea took a little longer to come by. It's an extension of the first. In this version, as they truly enter the real world, job searching, finding apartments, even considering marriage and children, this transition becomes an assessment of our work as parents. Have we done absolutely everything we can to prepare them, to give them the best shot to live happy and fulfilling lives? Have we given everything we had to give? Education, opportunity, acceptance, love. Time will tell. I don't know. Students, you're about to run away. Normally, we think of running away as escaping the things of which we're afraid. But maybe in actuality, we're running from safety. We're too often reluctant to be seen clearly, to be known fully, and to be valued unconditionally. That's a scary thing. Might the experience of being here in a small community, sometimes for as long as 14 years, might that experience give us at least a small taste of what community is at its best? A community where we do not need to question that we matter. And having that taste, might we replace fear, anger, jealousy, and shame with love, joy, wholeness, and satisfaction? I know that you can, and I know that you have the courage to go off to college, the courage to meet new people and make new friends, the courage to openly encounter new ideas. And I know that you have the courage to recreate again and again the kind of community you have helped to build here at Steward. Pew, pew. All right, please now enjoy an instrumental selection featuring our singer instrumentalist.
Worried about being seniors
and not worried about playing an instrument. Give me a second. Keep that concept ready.
I'd like to take this opportunity to say my speech again. No, definitely no. I agree. Okay, so we have reached the time of the program for our seniors that our seniors and their families have been waiting for, the presentation of diplomas. No more music, no more me. It's diploma time. At Steward, we have a special tradition for some of our graduates. The parent of a senior who is a current faculty or staff member, who is an alumni of the school, or who has served as a member of our Board of Trustees or Foundation Board of Directors has the opportunity to present the diploma to their seniors. So you will notice several of them participating in that tradition today. Seniors, when you come forward to receive your diploma, please don't forget to stop on the stage for a picture. Junior marshals, let's get everybody ready. Get him to move over a little bit so I can see. There you go. Charles Howard Adderhold. Screwed it up. Sorry. William Hayes Adderhold. Jordan Elizabeth Diane Atkins. Brian Lewis Archer. Natalie Grace Bagwell. Congratulations. Ella Grace Bingham. Congratulations. Mira Frances Boyle. Grayson Sean Burke. Anna Veronica Carpinelli. Bryn Lawrence Kaysen. Shariar Sohail Chowdhury. Charlotte Midgley Cram. Vanessa Marie Cruz. Congratulations. Jayant Amar Damodar. Congrats. Lynna Marie Dawson. Preston Vaughn Day. Caden Peter Diatalevi. Absolutely. Takaya Lene Dickerson. Congratulations. Lucas James Iben. Caroline Parker Everett. Congratulations. Justin Scott Fratkin. Parrish Delano Freeman IV. Charles Jacob Gallagher.
Thank you.
Sadie Charna Goldberg. Congratulations. Catherine Maria Green. Congratulations. Nathan Hujua Louis Gu. Close. Haley Alexandra Harris. Congratulations. Margaret Ann Harrison. Thatcher Paul Hartman. Devontae Lamel Hines. Henry Patrick Hubbard. Emerson Graham Ivashena. Congratulations. Ava Simone Johnson. Benjamin Thomas Jones, Jr. J. Robert Kim. Julia Tatum Leonard. Step in the middle. Isabella Marie Liesfeld. Congratulations. Ada Hilliard Long. Pedro Enrique Lujan Jr. Lauren Elizabeth Meeker. Congratulations. Nelson Grant Moore. Shreya Natrajan. Xavier Christian Nelson. Sage Harbor Newton. Ann Darnley Orgain. Two alumni parents, by the way. Ryan John Patrutka. Caden James Proctor. Sienna Lauren Rankins. Braden Alexander Rawlings. Mark Michelle Renee. Braylon Thomas Rice. Sean Donovan Richardson. Helen Elizabeth Rosenstock. Matthew Joseph Ruiz. Tiana Renee Scott. Morgan Beth Shaw Shigley. That's how we do it. Morgan Smart. Congratulations. Annalie Ware Taylor. Congratulations. Gavin Osborne Thomas. Ray Merriweather Tyndall. Lucy Wood Tyndall. Kamaya Mathis Trepp. Ryan Allen Tyndall. James Calvin Vaughn III. Benjamin Joseph Vaughn. Sarah Elizabeth Vermaten. Kaylin Elizabeth Whiteside. Congratulations. Spencer Michael Wingfield. Oren John Zeal.
On behalf of the faculty, administration, and Board of Trustees, I'd like to thank the family and friends of our graduates gathered here today and those watching at home to recognize the class of 2025. It's like a party up here. It has certainly been a memorable year, and we are so proud of you both for what you have achieved and who you have become. You've left an indelible mark on the Steward School, and I know the Steward School has left an indelible mark on you. Graduates, a few final reminders before you grab your confetti bags. You will toss it with great spirit when Mr. Herzog officially confers your diplomas. Afterwards, the faculty and staff will recess to the colonnade. Seniors, please proceed to the colonnade. The entire Steward School faculty, staff, grades JK through 12 will be there waiting to celebrate you as you walk through the campus for the last time, now as alumni of the school. Parents and families, please take the service road to Waddell Terrace, and your senior will join you there shortly.
Okay, great news. It is finally time to administer the final step of Xavier's cure for senioritis. So I, Jason Herzog, Chair of the Board of Trustees, do hereby certify that these seniors have met all the graduation requirements set forth by the Steward School. By the power vested in me, I hereby declare the class of 2025 to be graduates of the Steward School. Congratulations.
Okay, guys, we're almost done. Back to your seats. There we go. Okay, parents, your seniors will join you on Waddell Terrace in a few minutes. Please remain standing and in your seats until our newest alumni have departed. Faculty and staff may recess to the colonnade. Parents and faculty, please stand. Thank you and have a nice day.